Yo, what's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Man, I know yesterday's work gave us some issues, uh, but if you watch the video or if you just remember the things that we talked about this week, today's lesson is going to be, the week in review, almost like a little quiz. So I won't say too much about what's going on because I really want you to recall this information on your own. But I want to encourage you guys to use the video. And if you have any questions at all, just hit me up, man. I mean, several of your classmates have already done that. And I'm available. It doesn't matter what time. If you need me, I'm there. All right. So this is week 9, day 3. And it's the review of all the stuff that we've done this week, with the exception of those kind of state test questions. That's going to be next week and a week after. That's kind of like what we're going to do for the remainder. Like, oh, and then a couple weeks of 7th grade review stuff. All right. So anyway, review of today. So the first question is asking you to recall what the definitions are of mean, median, mode, and range. Okay, so we look at number 1 in the row, and it says that the numerical, right? Let's read it out right here. The numerical set of data. This numerical set of data is compiled by putting the data in order from least to greatest and noting which one is in the middle. So the set of data that's in the middle should be the what? Which word reminds you of middle? Okay. Number 2, the numerical set of data. Oh, and remember, when you select it, you have to select the one that's associated with that particular question. Okay. So number 2 says this numerical set of data is the difference between the highest data in the set and the lowest data in the set. So which one is the difference? So we have, hopefully by now you've already selected median for number 1, because that's what's in the middle. The median is in the middle. Remember, the range is the difference between the highest and the lowest. And then this numerical set of data applies to the component that is seen the most often. So which one of those reminds you of the most often? And then the last one would be, it says this data set is the average. And so we know that should be mean. Mean is the average. Median is the middle. Range is the subtraction between the biggest and the smallest. And then the mode is the one that occurs the most often. All right. So when we take a look at this question, it's asking us to find the mean. So you find the mean by adding all of these numbers up, right? And then you're going to divide that answer by the total number of data in the set. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you're going to add all of these numbers up and divide whatever that is by 6. Okay? And that should give you the proper answer. I'm not going to tell you what the answer is, but you have to do that. So add them all up and then divide it by 6. That's how you find the mean. All right? Number 3, this is like a kind of a question that has information in it. And so you have to just kind of you could do process of elimination like we talked about yesterday in the video, just figuring out which ones don't make any sense, right? And so we could see that if we put these in order from least to greatest, we'll have 217 twice, and then 218, and then 224. So we can deduce that the median, right, if we checked off from end to end, is actually going to be when you have to add these two numbers up. Because remember, we talked about when we first learned that If you have an even number of numbers, then you're going to have to add two numbers in the middle. So you're going to have to add 217 and 218 and then divide it by 2, and that's going to give you the proper median. And so we know that that one is going to be a decimal point. So if we look here, the median is this. Nope. The median is that. Nope. So it has to be either C or D. And then it said the mode is 217, and there's two 217s. So that is obviously, right? We don't even have to do a whole lot of work. And that's what I try to communicate to you guys. Like, you know, when we're in a classroom, that you don't really have to do a whole lot of work when there's multiple choice. You can just do process of elimination, but you have to be thorough when you're looking at the responses. So without doing anything else, we see that the range is 7. And this one has the mode as 7. So, you know, that's not even right. So the correct answer is C for that. We didn't really have to do too much work. Okay. All right, number 4. We're given another set of data, right? We're given another set of data that we have to add every component up and then divide it by the total amount, and that's going to give us the mean, okay? All right, number 5. What is the range? Remember, range is subtracting the biggest from the little number from the big number. And so when we look at that, we look at all the numbers, we put them in order from least to greatest. That way we can just take the one at the end and subtract the one. Oh, shoot, excuse me, I'm just yawning. Sorry. From the beginning and then subtract them. Okay? That is how we find the range. All right? Now, this is what we talked about, and this gave people some problems, right? So let's look at this question. And let's see if we can do deductive reasoning to determine what it is, right? And so this is a histogram. It says right here, use the histogram. This is a histogram. So it says if an 85 is the lowest score a student can earn to receive a B, how many students received at least a B? So when we think about the words in these questions, it could be kind of misleading. But when we're thinking about at least a B, right? That means you have this right here, right? This is 85 to 92. This section, it says 85 is kind of hard to see that, but 85 to 92 is this last, second to last bar in the histogram. And so if we look at that, we go up to 6, okay? So if it was including this bar right here, if it included that, because there's a number that, well, at least a B, you know, we can say a B is like an 80. Nope, not even that, because what does it say right here? If an 85 is the lowest score a student can earn to receive a B, then that's it. Then it's only 6. So it's C. That's the only one that really makes sense in this situation with 85 being a B. All right, pretty simple. Okay. All right. So here we have another histogram that we have to kind of read. And here's where we have to really think logically about this information, right? So like we see this right here, and we can assume that in between each section is 50 points, right? Like 50. Each one of the middle is 50. We have to make that assumption. And it says, how many recent graduates make less than $44,000? So that includes 44. Oh, I am sorry about that. And down. So anything less than 44 right here, you see where my cursor is? We're counting all of these bars. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 400. And then this is 300. So that's at least 700, right? And then we have what looks like 250 and then 50. So we add a 250 and 50, that gives us 300 plus the 300 plus the 400 should give us 1,000, right? So that is C, 1,000, okay? So again, with this histogram, the way this is, the way we read that is less than 44, so we have to assume that this one includes 44. So anything less, we're just going to count it. All right? Pretty simple for that. All right. So yesterday I introduced you guys to stem and leaf plots. So this is an example of a stem and leaf plot, right? So when we look at the data, again, we want to do process of elimination, right? So we can look at these numbers and then look at the stems and then look at the leaves to determine which one it might be. And so we could see here, right, we see the mode in this is going to be 30. So there's 1, 2, 3 30s, and then that's it, right? And so we have 3 30s here and then 3 30s here. This one has 3 30s as well, right? So now we have to look at another 30, so that's 36 and then 36. And then is there another 36, right? So there's 3 zeros and then 2 sixes, right? 3 zeros and then 2 sixes. And so this one also has a 9, right? So we can eliminate this one. We know it's not A. It is not A because this one doesn't have a 9. So we have 6, 6, 0, 0, 0, and then 9. So 0, 0, 0, 6, 6, 9, 0, 0, 0, 6, 6, 9, 0, 0, 6, 6, 9. So we can eliminate A and C. So now we're just thinking about B and D, right? And so we have to look at the other data. It looks like 9 and then 1489 and then 3678, 3678, so they match. So now we have to look at the 5. If we look at the 5, 2, 3, 4, 8, 5, 2, 4, 8. So let's see here, right? And then we could look at the 6. That might be a little easier. 63. So we got a 63 here. And it looks like there's only 163. So we don't even have to look at the 5s because this one says it has, letter D says it has 2. And letter B says it only has 1. And so if let's make sure I'm not missing anything. 163. Yeah. So again, process of elimination, the one that makes the most sense is B because this one has 2 3s, right? So we didn't really have to do much math. All we had to do was just really focus on what the information was telling us in the question. And that's going to serve you well next week and the week after when we do those reviews of state questions. Okay? Because there's going to be math on there, but you don't necessarily have to hurt your brain trying to think about what you need to do. Some of it's going to be straightforward, and then some of it's you could just do deductive reasoning. So the correct answer for this one is letter B. All right? All right, so it looks like we have another stem and leaf plot. Stems, leaves, right? And so these are decimal points, right? So we see like we can look at 1049, 1049, so they all have 1049, right? And then this one has a 3, but this one doesn't. This one, these don't, right? So we're pretty certain that this one doesn't belong, right? Because it has something in the 3 spot, but this one, these 3 don't. So we can eliminate A. Okay? We can eliminate A. So let's see if there's anything in the 4 spot. So there's nothing in the 4. So these B, C, and D still have something in the 4. So let's see the mode here. Let's see the mode. 9.3, 9.3, 9.3. So there's 3, 9, and 3/10, right? So this one has 3. This one has 2. This one has 3. So we can eliminate A and D. So now we're just left with B and C. B and C. So if we look at C and we look at 6, you see that there's only one leaf for 6, but there's 3 and 6 for C. So let's go up and see which one has the most. So this is a 6 and 6/10 here. And then that's the only 6. That's the only 6 that I see. Huh. So that means the correct answer is B. The correct answer is B, because all the other answers have more or not what is in the data. So we didn't have to put them in order. We didn't have to do any of that. We just saw that from comparison, right? So again, deductive reasoning. Which one? It's a multiple choice, so it has to be one of them. So which one is it? And it's letter B. Okay, letter B. All right. Now, this last question is really similar to what we just did, right? So here's a dot plot. Remember we talked about dot plots on Monday. And so when we look at the data, right? We look at the data, the bar is the same. So we have to assume that these little tick marks are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then so on. Okay? So if you look here, we see a 4, and there's only one 4. There's only one 4 here, right? And so this one has 2, this one has 3, and this one has 4. But this is the only one that has 1. Right? So let's double check. There's only 1 4. Okay, yep. And then there's 1, 2, there's 2 zeros. So this one has 2 zeros and 1 4. And then this one has 1, 2, 2 3s. And wait a minute, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, this one has 2 3s right here, and then how many 2s? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So again, not any math. We're just like deducing. We're thinking deeply about which one makes the most sense. And in this situation, the one that makes the most sense, the one that has the most accurate depiction, is B. Okay? That's it. That's it, man. That's pretty much it. Wait a minute. I selected A. Let me see. Let's look at this one again. So we have, this is 4. Oh, you know what? I counted the wrong one. I counted that. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is B. I selected the wrong one in my answer key. See? That's why it's always good to double check. Now we got it right. Now we got it right, you guys. All right, man. Well, that's it. That is it for today. Again, hit me up if you have any questions, right? But man, enjoy your long weekend, dude. Like, get off your computer, go for a ride your bike, ride your skateboard, you know, go for a walk, do something, but don't think about schoolwork right now. All right. So, all right, man. Again, until next time, man. Remember that you're loved and needed, and I'll see you next week. All right. Peace.